influenced by Black Violin. Shout out to Black Violin. We used to see him, and he was like up to my waist, and him and his brother came through. Loved music. Went to Dillard. You know what I'm saying? So shout out. And they're touring all over the world, man. All over the world, playing the violin and singing, and it's rapping. And they got a band like man. So you can do it, Ray. I'm telling you, this guy here is a testament that you put the hard work in, you can do it. And he was at the camp too. So, and he'll tell you, he was knocking out songs. That you'll hear some of the songs coming out. We knocked out like 20 songs. That day, fire. Man, sorry.
So my question is, moving forward, since a lot of things you can put on Spotify or whatever on your own, does it matter if your homeboy's in the studio, or does it matter like when we're making those beats and those sounds?
Yeah.
Should we be saying, hey, okay, who's going to be on this? Should we be getting that? That should be important.
I think it's very important. It's funny, right? Because I'm the creative guy. I just want to get in the studio and create. I don't want to talk no business. I just want to no, it doesn't turn me off, but I just was like, man, we hook up in the studio. Let's create some magic, right? But ever since I hooked up with an amazing lawyer. Her name is Samara Jocks, the latte lawyer. You might have seen her on Instagram. Best lawyer. Entertainment lawyer, and she made me see from a different perspective, like, man, you gotta be more aware of these things, especially after what you're going through with this one song, with this major, with Sony UK, but overall Sony. The fact that you're going through this, you gotta be more aware so it doesn't happen again. So I think it's the balance, right? When do you have that conversation? Some people want to have it immediately, and some people, they take that personally, and some people don't. They realize, okay, this guy's about his business, let's go. But as you progress in producing the track, you can't just throw out some numbers like, oh yeah, I'm getting 50% of this and that, or you get 50%, or you get 30 or 40, because as you progress making the track, I may contribute more than you did. You know what I'm saying? And especially when it's not just two people, if it's and 3 or 4 or more, that number can definitely fluctuate. But to be aware of that, at least so you guys know, man, this song could possibly change our lives. Look at it from a positive perspective. This song could possibly change our lives. It could possibly this could be a business. You know what I mean? Let's treat it as such. You know what I mean? Respectfully. And I think once you approach like that, it's all love, But definitely have those conversations, because we shouldn't just be making music just to put out and we don't have the business on it. A lot of times, it's just like I say with clearing the sample, right? A lot of times, people will be like, all right, I can't afford to clear the sample. Let me just put it out and see what happens. But a lot of times, that initial money you pay to clear the sample will be a lot less than when the song blows up. I don't know if you heard that thing, and I'm kind of going through this now. I'm contemplating, what should I do, right? But I don't know if everyone's on Instagram, if you saw that little clip with Cisco talking about that song, and they had the Little Levita local line in there, and they didn't get that cleared, and with Ricky Martin, and then supposedly the producer and I guess the copyright one of that song, they took 100%, and that's what I'm trying to figure out, wait a second, 100% of this the publisher side of the composer. You can't touch my composer side, but literally they took 100% of the record because he didn't clear that Little Levita local song, because he did the melody of the Little Levita, and he didn't clear that. And so I'm still trying to research that. I'm like, I gotta dive deeper, because I don't think it's as easy as what they're saying, but that's the importance of clearing the sample first, or talking to your friends first, because you may have that one friend and be like, yo man, I'm the one that inspired everything, and this song blew up, I want 100%, I'm sorry. And you don't want to deal with that, man. You don't want to lose a friendship over something else fun to do, right? So, it's important. I gotta talk to you two after. We get them,
I'm her manager. So okay. Tell me if you can talk to me before you go to her.
I know the song makes sense. This question makes sense, but people make it money off the cover, so they make it.
Yes, people make money. We just had that conversation. There's legal ways to do companies, and there's illegal ways to do it, right? But either way, you can make money. But yes, people do make money off of covers. Technically, it also depends too how much you change the cover. But essentially, if you're covering a song, the performing rights, or to my knowledge, from what I learned, everything is negotiable at the end of the day. If you contact the major or the owner of the copyright, you can always work something out if you can get to them. Now, the bigger songs, yes, you're not going to maybe get a response back from a Universal, or like a Beyonce. If you cover Beyonce, yeah, Beyonce probably not going to call you, right? Or her label. But it's important to at least try to reach out first. A lot of distributors now, they're offering like a blanket license to cover floor covers where you can, it used to be you estimate like, okay, I'm gonna sell 500 copies of the song, or I'm gonna get 500 downloads, and you would get fees to that number. And then if it goes to 1,000 or 10,000, then the fee would be more. But now, and that still exists, there's this website called Easy Song Clear that you can go through that, handles that, and they do all the hard work for you, where they contact the labels and they get those clearances and those fees together for you. So yes, you can. For the composition, you're not necessarily, especially if you're copying the composition of the melody, you're not supposed to get any of that. But from the mechanical aspect, you can receive compensation for that. But like I said, everything's negotiable, right? Some songs, you're not really gonna get covered. Something like Prince is notorious about, like Prince is like, don't cover the songs or sampling the songs, right? Unless he likes it. Which, and a lot of artists are like that. They're gonna want 100%. They're gonna feel like, yo, I composed it, I wrote it, why should you get anything? But you also have in the music supervisor space, which all you artists need to go and look up music supervisors and sing and licensing. A lot of times you'll hear you sing, licensing, music supervisors for film, TV, and advertising. A lot of times if you watch your favorite show on TV or Netflix, you'll hear a cover of a song, like you'll hear like say a Michael Jackson cover, or like a Lionel Richie cover, or like a lot of the old school artists, they'll cover it and it'll be a newer artist singing it. And these supervisors, they have the clearance for those songs, but they don't want to pay as much as they pay the major artists to use it, so they'll get newer artists to sing it over. You know, so that's another way you can make money. But still, let me tell you something. The music supervisor world, singing licensed songs, you'll get anywhere from $1,000 for the music song to $100,000 to $250,000 to possibly $1 million. Right? It all depends how many times they use a song. And if you get into like a major movie trailer and your song is used, that's easily $100 grand, if not $250,000, to use your song for a minute or 2 minutes in a film. So the music space is where you guys need to open your mind at and create music for that space, because you'll make more money off one check, one song, than your entire catalog streaming, unless you're doing crazy streaming. So yes, you can make money off those. You have another question? Because I got to ask you this song. Ray, let's go.
What's one piece of advice do you think that all artists need to hear?
One piece of advice: never give up. I know you hear that all the time. But prepare. A lot of things happen to me because I just was too stubborn to quit, and I just been around long enough, and I amassed so much knowledge, and I met the right person at that time. And for every, say, 99 no's that you may get from asking, that one yes can change your whole life. You know what I mean? So don't get caught up in the rejection, and don't take it personal. Like, I used to at times be like, you know, my music's hot, like, y'all hate it, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, nah, man, it's business for them. And just because they say no the first time doesn't mean they'll say no the second or the third time, fourth time. You know, so you're definitely as important. Always network, because your real network is your network. So knowing someone like Velvet already, you're ahead of the game. You know what I mean? Ahead of the game. Knowing somebody like Velvet, you're ahead of the game. I'm telling you. Alright? She has a way to find money. And that's one thing I give her. She's blessed with that gift. That's why she's going to be blessed with that billion that we're getting for the space. You know what I mean? So, but definitely that. And yeah, don't quit, man. Don't quit. I'm telling you, because there's going to be times when do I want to do this anymore? I've had those times. You know, there's times in your life where you have issues with relationships and friendships, but music has always been there for you. Music has always been there for me. That's how I look at it. Like, man, I just use that experience to write a song. You know, create something. Yeah, but yeah, there's so much more things. But you and we talk. You know, you got me. You know, so I'm officially going to help you and mentor you in every way I can. If that's cool with mom, you know what I'm saying? You can always reach out to me. Everyone I contact, you reach me anytime, man. I have to sleep, so you can hit me with a text any time of the day, and I'll get to it when I get to it. But yeah, go ahead.
What's some advice for somebody like me, like that produces their own music, but also wants to stay like independent? Like, I do all of myself, but I want to stay independent. I don't want to stop. What's some advice for me?
Don't put the pressure on yourself to make music your main source of income or job, because it can affect the quality of the music. And you put the pressure on yourself, like, man, I gotta make this to pay the rent this week, or buy groceries, or you don't want to approach music from that space. So if you have a day job, keep your day job. You know what I'm saying? If you have other ways to accumulate multiple streams of income legally, then yes, definitely do that. But also from your perspective, you're like a what do you call it? Triple threat. You can produce, you can sing, you know, and you write. You write your own music, right? So don't only approach it as, oh, I gotta be an artist, I gotta be on the front. Some of these songwriters and composers, they get paid way more than a lot of these artists we've seen. So look at, there's a lot of artists, you can always Google search. And another thing, ChatGPT can be your best friend. That can literally be your assistant that you would pay so much a week or thousands for, right? So utilize ChatGPT, ask ChatGPT to find scripts for you, to find all the radio stations for you, to find the music supervisors for you, how to approach different organizations that maybe, and I'll give you a perfect example. We think of music for ourselves, right? And putting out music, and we want to get hot, and we want to go platinum, and we want everyone to sing our songs. But there's so many organizations that you could write jingles for. Like one of my closest friends and like my brother, his name is Alexander Starr, and he writes theme songs and jingles for organizations. He wrote one for the city of Fort Lauderdale. You might have heard it. It's called Lauderdale. It plays in the airport. It plays like in all the public places and parks and in Fort Lauderdale. He's wrote theme songs for so many companies. He wrote a theme song for the Super Bowl. NFL, like, it's crazy. So don't only approach from that perspective of making music just to put out. Maybe hit up organizations that you like, you align with, you know, maybe if you're into sports or you're into whatever, or you go to this one grocery store. Like, I mean, does Publix really run advertising? I never say Publix commercial. I don't watch TV, so I don't know. But like, it could be anywhere, like your favorite place to eat. You know what I mean? If they do ask them, yo, do you do advertising? Have you ever ran radio ads? You ever thought about that to improve your business? Go do your research. ChatGPT can help you find out the analytics of how much sales increase for businesses that run ads or run jingles on the radio. You can do that put the whole proposal together, show them the whole game plan, and then be like, yo, I made this jingle for your business. Let me know what you think about it. And if you like it, maybe we can push this to 99 Jams or what we try to be, you know? And once they see analytics and they see like, oh wow, commercials generate this much more income when they're ran as opposed to me not running them, yo, they may pay you for that, and then they want you to build that relationship where, no, next thing as you blowing up, you know, say you did it for like say you did it for this Starbucks, right? And you blowing up, you know what I'm I'm saying? And you have Mahogany, and Mahogany might be like, yo, you could be like, I gotta shoot a video, or you're this big time artist, you know, Mahogany might be more willing to work with you. You know, just because of the love you showed and the help and the sales. This is the thing. Especially at a time now with inflation and the way things are going and all these tariffs, if you can put money in someone's pocket, legally, they will be very happy with you. And they will, if they're a decent human being, a person, but business isn't always fair, they will return that favor, or they'll show favor to you because you helped bring business to them. And that's when you can leverage and work with them on so many different levels.
Say that again. What did you say?
Say
Say that again and again and again.
and again and again and again. Life is about relationships and the network and how you treat people. But if you put money in people's pocket, people would rather money in their pocket than you talking their ear off or you begging. Don't come to somebody with, oh, what can they do for you? You come to someone, you start up the conversation, yo, how can I help you? What can I do for you? As opposed to what they can do for you. You know what I'm saying? And you'll get way more traction with that. As opposed to like, oh, I need this, I need that. Like, nah. Whatever Bella will tell you, I'm like, yo, Bella, what do you need, man? You need some nice hair products. You know, your hair is really beautiful, but you need some. What do you need? You know what I'm saying? You need to walk your dog. You need to wash the car.
I need
Whatever.
to sell some tickets.
All right. Well, then that's a whole other story, right?
Tickets. So.
That's why they're here, you know. You know what I'm saying? Okay, cool.
So give it up for. That relationship building is vital. You got Moon Child that's here from, say, the Twin Days. We also, Moja here from last year, headliner for Juneteenth, right? You want to talk to the people for a minute and tell them your experience of Juneteenth with us last year, please?
I remember somebody asked